Alright, here's one for all my fellow history nerds out there. In 3, 2, 1, some of the biggest things Americans believe about their country are completely false. Boom, dramatic line. Okay, now let's do this. Here are 7 things Americans still believe that are not actually true. Myth no. 1. The Founding Fathers wanted a Christian nation. Now look, it's true that many of the founders were deeply religious men, but most of them were deists. They believed in a God who created the universe but didn't really interfere in human affairs. And they wanted the government to do the same. In other words, strict separation of church and state. The idea being that if you mix religion and politics together, you end up with a not-so-great outcome. Just look at Europe in the 1700s, where monarchies often aligned themselves with a state religion. Now, of course, there were some notable exceptions like Rhode Island, which had no official religion at all, or Maryland, which was founded as a refuge for persecuted Catholics. But by and large, the founders wanted a government that stayed out of your Bible and your bedroom. Myth no. 2. The U.S. has always been the richest country. Oh, that's a good one. In the 1800s, Britain was wealthier than the U.S. We didn't become the world's dominant economic power until the 20th century. Myth no. 3. America invented democracy. Not even close. The ancient Greeks had a pretty solid democracy going on in the 5th century BC. And according to some historians, the Iroquois Confederacy established the first representative democracy in North America in the 1400s. Other indigenous cultures like the Cherokee had democratic elements as well. Now, sure, our system is heavily influenced by the English and the Iroquois, but we didn't exactly come up with the concept on our own. Myth no. 4. The Civil War wasn't really about slavery. Oh, brother, just read the secession declarations of the southern states. Slavery is mentioned in almost every paragraph. It was the central cause of the war. Now, sure, there were other contributing factors like states' rights and economic differences between the North and the South. But at the end of the day, the Confederacy was formed to preserve slavery. Myth no. 5. The U.S. has the best healthcare in the world. Not even close. We rank 36 out of 71 countries in terms of healthcare outcomes. Many countries that spend less money per capita on healthcare than we do, like Cuba, Spain, and Sweden, have better life expectancies and lower infant mortality rates than we do. Myth no. 6. Hard work always guarantees success. This is the classic American dream narrative that if you just work hard, you can make it. But the reality is that there is a lot of systemic inequality baked into our institutions that advantage certain groups while holding back others. Sure, hard work can get you a long way, but it's not the golden ticket to success that we like to think it is. And myth number 7. The U.S. is the freest country in the world. Not even close. We actually rank 23rd in the world in terms of press freedom. That's behind Costa Rica, Chile, and Uruguay. And according to some measures, we're not even the freest country in the Western Hemisphere. We're not even the freest country in the Western Hemisphere. There are countries with more personal freedoms, more economic freedoms, and more political freedoms than the United States. Now, of course, there are some places in the world that are straight-up authoritarian nightmares. So it's not like we're in bad company or anything. But if you look at the numbers, the U.S. doesn't come out on top. So there you go. Believing myths is easy, but knowing the truth is powerful. Which of these surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. And here's another video. See you next time.